Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to welcome you to my channel, One Word with Me. I am Jessica Julien, founder and owner of One Word, One Step Inc., where communication happens one sound, one word at a time. That's what I believe. That's how I believe communication happens, and that's my motto. So, I am a pediatric speech language pathologist specializing in early intervention. And over the years, that's about 20 years now, I have been asked the similar questions from parents from time and time again. And I provide my services in the home. So I really believe on taking that time to educate parents, teaching them how to develop a child's communication skills within their everyday environment and routines. And I created this space for parents and professionals, and not only children who are delayed in the communication skills, but everyone, right? So I just wanted to be useful information for everyone to be able to use. Now, these are not videos or information that will replace working with your speech language pathologist, but rather as a tool to help you in the interim of having your sessions with your speech language pathologist. So just in case you ever find yourself that you're stuck or you're like, I just don't know what to do, you can always tune into me to get some insightful information and just using ideas or even copying my ideas for that matter, right? Of the activities that you're going to do with your children at home or within the environment. Because the idea is that language happens all the time. It's not just a specific task in one moment. We're always talking to children and engaging them and interacting with them. So I want to make sure that I teach you how to capture those teachable moments of encouraging your child to use words, repeating words, requesting, following directions, sustaining attention, because all of those things fall under communication. And in later episodes, I'll get into the comprehension of language, which is the receptive language, and also the expressive piece, what a child says. So that's later on, right? But I just wanted to make sure I introduce myself to you and my channel and letting you know that this is going to be a great space for learning strategies and tips on how to engage your children at home. And as you continue to follow me, I'll be sharing those everyday examples on how to facilitate communication at home, having conversation with other parents and their journey with me and helping their children develop their communication skills and also having conversations with other professionals. So hopefully you can gain information and insight as to how different professionals work together to really help in a child's development. So let me address some of the questions that I've been asked over the years, because maybe, just maybe, you have have had these similar questions, or maybe you might, right? So how do I come up with the ideas? Well, I always tell parents, you want to make sure that you get on your child's level, right? I think that's the most important thing, to connect with the child, following their lead. What is it that they're interested in, and going with that. So if they're interested in cars, if they're interested in blocks, well, you might say, well, Jessica, my child really doesn't have an interest. My child is delayed and they really just don't show an interest in toys. Well, that's also where we come in, and I hope to give you some of that information as well, and how to draw them into activities, right? So I believe in being animated. Use an inflection in your voice to really encourage your child to engage. But again, continue to follow me and you will definitely see how we do that. Some of the other questions as well, how do I come up with the activities? And again, I've been doing this for 20 years. And I've even noticed it in myself. As I work on different activities, if I started on Monday, by Friday, it's completely different, because it's just constantly evolving. It's constantly changing. Depends on the child's needs. I may add something in, I may take something out, you know? And that's just how I do it. But the most important thing is that I really just focus on what the child needs, what they're interested in, and I go with that. And I think a lot of times as adults, we come with our own agendas of what we want the child to do, what they need to do based on their goals and this, that, and the other, or what's missing or what's lacking, right? Yeah, we always keep that in mind. And that's something I always keep in mind, you know? But at the same time, again, it's important to follow a child's lead. And eventually we can tie it all in together. But again, that's how you capture those teachable moments. So that's something that I'll definitely be sharing with you. Okay. And how can I help my child? So something as simple as giving your child a container of Play-Doh, let's just take for example. Usually, I'm pretty sure you're guilty of this. If you know your child wants that blue container of Play-Doh, you open it, you take the Play-Doh out, and you give it to them. Well, guess what? A way that you can change that and encourage your child to request the blue Play-Doh. Not only do they say blue, you give them the container. Don't open it. And guess what? They have to use another word of open, or they give it back to you, making that eye contact if they're not verbal yet. And then you can open it. And then don't take the Play-Doh out. Another opportunity for a word, having them say out, or them giving it back to you, making more eye contact. So those are those little things that we can do to facilitate communication instead of anticipating the child's needs. We want to stop doing that for just a bit, especially when we're working on their goals. Obviously, you choose your moments where you're going to focus on that, but you can pick that 5-minute opportunity to play with your child and do just that, to really work on those words. So in just that quick example that I gave you, we were able to get the word blue, open, out, 3 words, right? From that quick little 30-second sample I just mentioned to you. Okay. And, this is something that always, got me is as a young clinician years ago, parents used to say to me, well, my child does not engage with me the way he or she engages with you. And back then I thought that was like the greatest compliment. But as I matured in my career, I realized, I don't think that's a compliment at all. I actually want to change that dialogue. So I want to be able to equip my parents, equip you with those strategies and to feel confident that you can really work on your child's communication skills and they're communicating with you, because after all, I leave and they stay with you. So I want to make sure they're really communicating with you. So changing that dialogue, what would that look like? Again, that's empowering you, because as I mentioned before, my services are provided in the home. So I want to make sure that I'm educating my parents, I'm teaching you guys and giving you those strategies. So when I'm not there, or when you're not with your speech language pathologist, that you are able to work on their communication skills. Okay. So I encourage you to subscribe to my channel, One Word with Me, like, share, share with your family, share with your friends, and also share with your speech language pathologist if you already have one. Share with the other professionals. So I would like this to be a space where I can share ideas so we can develop communication skills together and everybody feels empowered and we're working together as a community, right? And facilitating language development. So I'm so excited to welcome you to my channel, and I look forward to sharing ideas with you. Can't wait to see you back here. Again, I'm Jessica Julien, speech language pathologist. Take care.